All right, welcome back into the Sports Source. We have the fun group in here. We got Chuck, we got Mark, we got Russell, we got Bob. It's Quick Slants.
So you're saying Shazon's no fun?
That's right. Shazon and Bob just ain't no fun. All right, I'm going to start down there with Chuck. Chuck, Quick Slants. You got about 45, 60 seconds to say whatever the heck you want.
Hey, I'm going to say congratulations to the SEC for going 8-2 in the bowl games. And in the process of doing that, having a lot of fans in the stands, bringing a lot of excitement. But did you hear that ESPN's Danny Kanell is saying, stop the celebrations? Apparently, he says SEC fans are sending out too many tweets like their 7-5 team beat your 6-6 team. So what? There are too many bowl games. You got to play somebody.
All right. Mark Pancratz.
I'm sticking the line of Coach Barnes. Coach Barnes' big slogan this year is truth tellers. He's all about kids need truth tellers in their life. The truth is this basketball team's getting better. In my opinion, the emergence of Kevin Punter, how much better he is offensively, the growth of Schofield, it tells me that this program is in the right hands and he's going to get these players better. He's going to recruit kids in here that want to play and fit his system. And I'm excited about what moving forward. The record might not show it, but the truth is this program moving forward is in the right hands.
We are going to have, I got a very interesting Twitter question we're going to have you answer on our overtime segment that'll be put up online later this afternoon. And that question is going to be, is Rick Barnes blaming his players too much after losses? So we'll let that hang there in the atmosphere, and you folks can tune into our overtime segment on sportsource.tv to get the answer. Russell.
I want to go back to some of the coaching staff changes we were talking about. And, I quoted Bryce Harper last segment. I think I'd like to quote that great lyricist of our time, Lemmy from Motorhead, who passed away this week. Yes, he said, "You win some, you lose some. It's all the same to me." Well, that kind of attitude might be fine if you're a hardcore rocker like Lemmy. But Butch Jones, you're a football coach. You're going into a year in which there are championship expectations legitimately for your team the first time. Be careful about gambling. It could go the wrong way.
You mentioned it earlier with the Derek Dooley thing. That's pretty good. I had a cousin, Toby Lewis, that just sent me a note. Said, hopefully that's nobody's comparing Dooley to Jones anymore. You kept getting that earlier this year.
He's the last guy. It'll always be that way. Yeah.
But if he makes too many changes on the staff, maybe you will compare him again. Bob Hodge.
Sal Sinceri is available.
Yes.
I want to go in a defensive mode too, but I want to talk about the SEC's defense. It wasn't that too long ago that everybody was saying that defense in college football was kind of over with, that the 45-42 game was what you're going to be seeing. Well, if you look at what the SEC has done in the bowl games, now it hasn't been perfect defense. I mean, obviously led by Alabama 38-0. Tennessee only gives up 6 points. But if you go down the line and look at the bowl game results, you've got a lot of 10s, you got 17. Defense is kind of back in vogue, and when people are talking about the SEC celebrating too much, well, one of the reasons they can celebrate is the defenses just seem to be better.
Yeah, and I think the last couple of years they had dropped off, and that's why you hadn't been surviving in the bowls like you had previously. I mean, you get Auburn in the national championship game, they got no defense. They wound up blowing a big lead in that championship game 2 years ago. So I agree with you. I think good point.
Watch the NFL draft. See how many SEC defensive linemen go high.
And I'm going to throw a plug here to the Knoxville News Sentinel side site. GoVol is 24/7 is their site. You can go check this out. Post this week or after the bowl game, a post from a Florida State trooper. Now he's a Seminole fan, so he might have just been trying to hurt Florida. But this guy posted he is in charge of hosting the teams when they come in for the Outback, and he always gets the SEC team. Just came to a Tennessee message board to say how well behaved, how respectful, how wonderful the team, the staff, everyone around the program handled themselves in Tampa this week. Said he was very impressed, and he ended it with a Go Vols. That's the kind of thing that nobody cares about. Nobody talks about that. Is that what the president wants to hear? Absolutely. Is that really part of Butch Jones' salary? Yeah, it's a part of it. No fans care, but I think you should. That's pretty good. Mm-hmm. The program is turning things around, and you're not having a nightmare scenario like you have at some other schools and like you've had at Tennessee in the past. Looked like you went through some bumps last year, but you kind of got over that. So I think that's impressive when a person who's hosted team after team down there in Tampa comes to a Tennessee message board to tell fans how well behaved and how respectful and how well their team carried themselves in Tampa. Something to be proud of. When we come back, what will the matchups look like this week? Tennessee's got Florida. Tennessee's got Texas A&M. We'll talk Vol basketball next. Coming back on the Sports Source.